Here we are on Bridgehead. On the left-hand side of the map, from Luxembourg, the green Protoss player, it is JackO from EC Visualize. Said that really weirdly. Visualize. On the right-hand side, the yellow Zerg player, representing simply Murica, it is GameTime. I always love when people are like, good luck, have fun, GG. Like, screw you, man. Just like, GG. It's either they're the most baller Korean and they have so much APM they can't even like they can't even think about saying GG if they lose, they just leave. Or it's that guy that's like, GG. Like, of course I'm gonna win. See though, it's 1-1 and that last game was just so back and forth, back and forth. We'll see how it ends up. Game 1, JackO was able to hold, and that was because he successfully took a natural, took a third, and really just slowly starved out GameTime. Not aggressively, but starved him out because GameTime was super hyper aggressive. And then just in the end, he wasn't able to economically bank off the back. So, you know, Asian masculinity subreddit. We'll see how JackO. We'll see how I'm reading the chat. It's probably terrible for me, but you know, I don't care about my health. We'll see how JackO does it again in this game. I think if he takes a natural in a third and really just kind of sadly turtles up, he's going to win this game because he seemed to do it really well. And he's kind of opening like that. He already has the wall. I like the wall. Rocks are good, but walls are better. Yeah, zoom in. Yeah, you like that, don't you? That wall. And just, again, man, game heart, everything, like the probes, they're so beautiful. Like, that's not how a probe normally looks. It's just so vibrant. It's amazing. That may be how a probe normally looks, but in my head, I may be high or something because it's not how it normally looks to me. But you know, guys, we will see. I don't even know why I say we will see. Like, you know, eventually someone's gonna prove me wrong. And be like, Drennoc, you're high. Actually, oh, whoops, dang it. But GameTime on the right-hand side, we'll be going 3 hatch before pool, and you know, I like it, dude. I like it. One thing I'm interested on is now he took the third base as his natural, and I've seen this before, and I'm really wondering how that creep spread and everything kind of factors in. With that third base being taken as your natural, maybe you can. It's easy to defend, whatever. But I'm wondering what he's thinking about that because let's say there was a pylon easily, he could kind of warp in there. He doesn't have an overload to check, but you know, we'll see how that pans out in the other end of the game. This chat's amazing, Hawkeye. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. This chat's beautiful. But JackO, natural base, the overlord of GameTime will spot it, and that overlord is a gutsy dude. But you know, his guts are all in the right places because there's nothing to worry about. I think if JackO just takes a nice third base, he's going to be fine here. We'll go out for the scout, and JackO already knows about GameTime's natural and third base technically, and I presume GameTime are just going to do a roach push off the back of this. We have seen him do hydras, but on this map, you know what? Maybe hydras would be good. I'm not sure. It all depends on what JackO does, because hydras would be good, let's say if he takes a third base, but maybe roach is a little bit better. Just versus the kind of 2-base, what's it called? The 2-base turtley of JackO, the roach is maybe a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see how that pans out because that's what I always say. JackO takes his Stargate off the back of this. Very good. He will be able to kind of elevate over these cliffs, but I'd love to see him just go Robo once. He's not opened up Robo once. Actually, he did in a PvP, in the one PvP game versus PiLiPiLi game. Game 2, I believe, on Coda in the first match tonight. He did open up that. But I'd love to see that again because he can get out a Warp Prism. And then he can, I mean, just the cliffs, it's so easy to warp in on the other side, whether it be 1 or 2 Zealots. You can just very gradually over time, either A, you keep back your Roach opponent or your Zerg opponent who's going to probably just do some mass push, or B, you very gradually get a couple kills here or there. GameTime does already know about that, gets up a lot of spores. There is the one Overlord in the main base of GameTime, or sorry, in the main base of JackO. But it will be Phoenixes, beautifully enough, so actually the Overlord is going to get the really sucky end of the deal. Felt so good. He telephoned home like, guys, I got this. There's an Oracle coming, and oh crap, yeah, just cancel the spores. Maybe he doesn't want to cancel the spores, though. We'll see how much JackO actually puts into these Phoenixes in a PvP, albeit a PvP, but in a PvP, we did see him only go 2 Phoenixes, then do kind of a wonky Robo transition. Kind of liked it, but you know, we'll see how many Phoenixes he does, whether he keeps on the Phoenix train. But there's the Robo, and actually, oh, there's a 3rd Phoenix. You know, he's just doing something new because it's a PvP. Sorry, this is PvZ, not PvP. Phoenix is scouting around for some overlords, really hoping they can get a kill, which I guess they could in the bottom middle. There's one overlord kind of meandering around. He doesn't know what he's doing with his life. He's trying to get into the bushes though. We'll see how that actually pans out. JackO looking for his third base. He's only got a sentry. He's actually completely walled himself, or not, he hasn't quite completely walled himself in, but he's got a nice wall nevertheless. Hero Phoenix will scout that overlord, and he's a jerk, man. That is a jerk move to do. Lair coming down for game time. It's a jerk move to do. It's like, as the Zerg player, he knows he's got to pull back his overlords, and even tried. Like, it's when he tried and failed, you just feel bad for yourself. Hopefully Overlord speed will happen. Actually, hopefully not, because it's going to be a Hydra move from game time. It needs all the gas he can get in. I'm kind of indecisive. We haven't seen that much of a creep spread from game time, and whether he'll go he'll go Hydra speed or Hydra range first. We haven't seen that much of any decent creep spreads. For now, though, these Phoenixes will try to get some kills. They won't really be able to. The spore is in a beautiful place, and the creep is being dropped, so you just can't even see what's going on. Like, it's just confusing. It's like one of those animals that just has, it's like a flamingo. They have this huge thing of colors. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I guess that's for mating, but maybe that's how overlords mate. Like, now I'm going on a completely other tangent. Overlord mating rituals. Peacocks is what I was looking for. I don't even know what I said, but Overlord mating to Hawkeye. Overlord mating ritual is going down right here with Drennoc, guys. You can see in the wild. Welcome to the Overlord mating rituals, guys. But here we have in the middle of the map. Not even in the middle of the map. Hydras are finally out, and the Queen! Oh, man, the Queen is barely saved by his homeboys right here, but the Hydras, oh, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Hydras will be streaming in now, and, man, the Phoenix has got to be careful. I don't even know what birds I was saying. Like, I just have trouble. I'm like, I can't even think of what a bird is. Like, what is a bird? Let's be realistic, guys. I'm high. Like, let's just be honest. No spores down. Sorry, not no spores. Let me, like, readjust myself into StarCraft 2 out of, like, flamingos and stuff. Okay. There is no creep tumors down for game time. Still not that much of a overall creep spread. Nevertheless, he is banging a lot of Hydras. Hydra range will be on the way, which I think is perfectly fine. No Overseer, though, so this Observer of JackO is going to have, like, just the best day ever. Completely the best day ever. He's literally a One Direction song reincarnated, but we'll see. Moving across the map, here are the Hydras. Currently out on the map, there are 18 Hydras, but 4 Phoenixes are going to be looking to take something in the natural base. What JackO would love to happen is, for some reason, the Hydras are pulled back, which is absolutely what Game Time does not want to do, but I think there's enough here to defend. The Spore is there, the Queen is there, and now we see the Hydras coming out for Game Time. Colossus, there is a Colossus for JackO, this time not hallucinated like every single other time. He's got the sentries, but it's looking a little bit dicey with the Lings coming around the back. Actually, this could be a beautiful engagement for Game Time. Guys, it's currently 1-1. This could be it to move on to the round of 16 for one of these players. Getting dicey. Blink is on the way. Colossus, another Colossus is just barely out, but now the big surround of the Hydras, but they're so slow. Beautiful force fields will keep a decent amount of Hydras out, but the Lings actually will focus down that one Colossus, bringing it to about half, or I guess technically a quarter health. Oh, Hydras actually maybe a little bit of an overcommitment. Game Time pulls out. In JackO, I think, is held. He's got the Colossus come, but oh, he doesn't want the Lings. The Lings dive in. They may be able to stop one of these Colossus solo and held. It does go down. And now maybe Game Time, or sorry, now maybe JackO is not actually held on his own. Hydras, they're very indecisive blokes here. We'll pull out. Third base. I just assume, do I assume Australians are indecisive? Like, I'm not even Australian. Like, why did I even say bloke there? I guess I just assume Australians are indecisive in my head for some reason. Phoenix is, by the way, in the middle of the map, will intercept a couple of Hydras here and there. But not really too much. Got a Hydra Ling. That's a Hydra. Maybe get an Overlord. I think Overlord would be the best supply block and not allow more aggressive stuff. But still, there is no Hydra speed. Roach speed on the way, though. Hydra is still trying to poke in, and now there's going to be another Colossi here in a couple seconds. But Game Time has kind of lost his alleyway of opportunity. Still is going back and forth. See if he pushes in off the back of this. Blake finally for JackO is going to be done soon, but he's like spreading himself a little bit too thin with this Sentry Stalker Colossus. We'll see, though. Game Time is on the retreat. There could be some really good force fields or a time warp if the Mothership Core was the main army, but right now that is the force field placed, and their force field will catch 3 Hydras. And you know what? JackO's defended, like I was saying, if he can manage to take 3 bases and just kind of turtle up, I think he's okay, but this time, Game Time, he's doing a little bit differently. He's not quite being as aggressive. He's pulling back, and honestly, man, get an Evo Chamber. Just do it. You can thank me later. Like, I just want to message him, like, Evo Chamber, dude. You need +1 something to make this work because JackO is going to be on +2 in 1 or 2 seconds here, actually only 6 seconds away, and that's always good. Still, JackO has not lost these Phoenixes. They are very, very good Phoenixes. They got a couple of kills on each of them, but more so, they're going to get the scout on the top right-hand base. Game time will have Roach speed by the time anything hits. He's got his upgrades finally here, but I mean, JackO, he's shown he's fine with the Warp Prism. He's okay with doing all these different things to get a little bit of the lead. Really nice Phoenix control. Oh, maybe not so nice Phoenix. It's nice until he loses someone, then we just crap all over him. But he did pretty nice Phoenix control right there. Still, he could get rid of some Overlords. There's 1 or 2 actually in really bad positions. Sadly, kind of sucks for game time. The rally point of these Overlords is in the middle of the map, of the bottom 2. The 2 on the right hand side in the middle. They're kind of they're gonna get themselves in a second position. We'll see though. The next stage of the game from game time is going to be Vipers, and this is kind of panning out a little bit more like, I don't want to say traditional, but I'm just going to say 6 to 7 months ago, maybe even more than that, like a year ago, PvZ. We're now going into more Colossus, and for JackO, he's got Sentries, he's got Stalkers, but it's going to be Vipers, and the fourth base of JackO will be spotted by game time. Nice little pickup, you know, any intel is always good intel in StarCraft 2. Lings and Roaches give up their lives for no reason. We should, you know, would be really great is a StarCraft parody website that's just like, say, like, adopt a dog, adopt a roach right here. Because, you know, they were orphaned in that battle, man. Someone lost a mother or father in that little battle. We'll see, though. Overlords in the middle finally will figure out what their life's goal is and head back home. But now, game time is moving across the map. Currently 140 army supply of the Zerg player to the 1... or to the 80 of JackO. JackO is trying to get Storm, and he's also going for +3. Basically, there's going to be at a minute and a half for game time to hit where JackO is going to be at his least strength. We'll see, though. Cannon is coming up. At, I guess 17-minute mark to the 18-minute mark, game time has his opportunity. Vipers are ready, maybe for some Blinding Clouds, guessing for the Abducts, but they're still looking for an angle. There is High Templar, so they got to be careful about feedbacks, and I think this fourth base is just going to kind of go down undetested. At the same time, the top right-hand corner, the results of JackO moving to the game time's fourth base, but it doesn't matter because their fourth base of JackO is destroyed. He is holding, but man, those Colossus are in a precarious position. Beautiful feedbacks do take out both, and the Mothership Core. One Abduct did go down. There's still 2 Vipers left, but sadly no buildings. Maybe they should be able to... Can they consume units? Yeah, no, only structures. I was like, that'd be crazy if they could kill. They just, like, take out a Hydra. Like, yeah, sorry, bro. No Blinding Clouds, though, and that would be beautiful right there. By the way, the top right-hand corner base of game time is being killed by Zealots, and the third base of game time is being focused down. As all of this goes down. Sadly, all the High Templar's energy is being used on feedbacks and not on Storms, which they do have, but JackO, there's the beautiful Storm. JackO looking like he may have it right here. Still, he lost his fourth base, though, and takes out the top right. May actually, is he going to take out this base? He does, charge is only 4 or 5 seconds. Wait, what? Game time just focused down his own base? I'm not sure right there. I don't know what happened. I wasn't quite looking. I think game time focused down his own base. We'll see, though. JackO does defend and is now 3 bases to 2, and actually JackO takes his fourth base, and honestly, he's got to the composition, as I was saying, past the 18-minute, 30-second mark. JackO is on, he's got all his upgrades, man. He is set, he's at +3, he's got Charge, Blink, Storm, ETL. This is a death ball of Protoss proportions. Off the back of this, we even see Observer Speed, just like, you know, I gotta be extra safe, man, I gotta be extra safe, but there's no... I wonder if that's to kind of get a little bit better angle on Vipers for feedbacks. There's no creep spread, no nothing yet for a game time, which kind of sucks, but that's just how he's been playing. Another Zealot Warp in for JackO. This time it does have speed and may be able to kill that. It'll wait a little while until the larva is hatched, and actually just the roaches will sit at the top right-hand base, but we'll see. 120 to 120. It's now much more even. JackO is moving in. He's got a lot of High Templars behind his main army, but actually he's going to be able to snipe this base in the top right and snipe. Actually, he's going to snipe the fourth simultaneously. Top right hand. Oh, the drone! The drone believed too hard, sadly. Game time will shark some roaches out, maybe to try to kill a drone, or start to kill a pylon here. Simultaneously, both fourth bases of game time are taken out. He's still only on 2, though, and that is 2 base production. There's no macro hatch, no nothing off the back of this. 1,000 minerals in the bank, and 1,000 gas, and a beautiful blink forward. Does get a decent amount of roaches, and now game time is in a nice position. It's not going to be too good for JackO to move up this ramp, but still there's just so little for game time. 2 Vipers are feedback. There's still 2 Vipers out, maybe for Blinding Cloud. We'll see. A decent amount of High Templars are here for the Gator, but it doesn't matter how many Roaches you have. Actually, I think right now game time's at 1-0. JackO can fight this battle. He has got it, guys. Currently, JackO it's 1-1, and he's just this win away from moving on. All the Vipers are gone. There's none of those special spellcaster units you can rely on. In game time is at 3 bases at the 21-minute mark. How are the storms? Beautiful storms go down. A magnificent concave for game time, but it doesn't matter because JackO's convex is just better. And JackO 2-1 moves on to the round of 16 with PiLiPiLi. And I think JackO faces Bly. Not 100% sure, but guys, PiLiPiLi and JackO move on to the round of 16 while game time sadly doesn't quite make it and Bioice DQ'd. This has been the Rivals StarCraft 2 League. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. Check out at RSL SC2 on Twitter. I was going to say .com, but do you guys have a website, by the way, Hawkeye? Okay, so just at RSL SC2, and below me, in the description, we got a YouTube, we got the tweet of us, and you can check out the games tonight in probably a couple weeks, whatever, when they're thrown up. But you can also check out the previous games that have happened. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And I would be in chat a little bit more, but the solo cast is kind of hard to bounce in and out. Normally am. Hopefully I'll be casting some more of the RSL, but I am Drennoc. If you enjoyed my casting or want to support me, check out at Drennoc, that is at DRENNOC on Twitter. Every follow always means a lot. Thanks so much for tuning in. Anything you want me to throw out there, Honkai, other than follow and subscribe because RSL deserves it. Come on, guys. This is awesome. Tomorrow it will be Group F of the round of 32. I think I'll be 7 p.m. tomorrow. So, okay, same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. PST. Somewhere in the middle if you're in some weird limbo zone that we call the Midwest, but somewhere in the middle right there. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. Tomorrow will be it'll be some other group of the round of 32, so you'll have 4 more players for some more Heart of the Swarm StarCraft action. I am Drennoc. Have a lovely night, and this is the Rival StarCraft 2 League.